Okay, so this is the very first time I've probably ever attempted at posting or putting anything on YouTube. Um, Besides like a couple game videos a long time ago. Basically, what I'm hoping to achieve is I'm actually have just quit. Actually, I quit maybe about a month ago. My job. I got really sick. Um, I really kind of wasn't doing anything that I love to do. I mean, besides like my wife. But other than that, I've kind of just been lazing around doing nothing with my life. And I personally love to program. So, one thing that I've learned throughout the years while you're programming is you can learn how to program for free. You don't need to go to school. You don't need to. I mean, you can pay money, but you don't have to pay that much to even get the education that you need because programming is constantly changing. Something you can pick up on and you can kind of make your own out of it because it's used outside of just computers. It's actually used just throughout your daily life. You go through routines, which is like a program. So essentially, if you learn how to program, you can use that in any job, anywhere you go, anything you're doing. Um, the biggest thing that I've run into that's the problem though is that you need a lot of time. It's not something you can pick up in a matter of a day or even a week. If you know like the basic about programming, like kind of the logic of it, you can slowly pick up maybe a couple different syntax of like a language, like the actual written out um, code that the things you use like constantly through each type of programming language, but you won't be able to actually get a job just because you can do that. You need to sit down and actually spend probably over 2 years programming, but it is a guaranteed job. It's something you can do, and don't have to do it every day, especially if you know how to do it really well. It just takes a bunch of practice. It's just like going to school for math. You spent, assuming if you're in America and you had the regular schooling, you spend at least 12 years with math. At least, I mean, depending on age too, because some people can like get out of high school early or something, or don't have to take a math class in high school and didn't go to college, etc. But you spend quite a lot doing math, and now that you've been able to do math, you can basically get a job at customer service as a cashier. 'Cause you can count and you can talk to people because you've gone to school. I mean, generally they think you can communicate a little bit, at least be friendly because you've been at school. You didn't get kicked out of school unless you did, blah blah. Besides the point, programming's a lot different than that. You haven't had that 12 years or more to actually sit down and do it. But not to say that you can't pick it up in a matter of a week, which is essentially what I'm trying to do. I have been programming since I was 12, but that's not the same as going to school 5 days a week and homework. It's more of I did it in my spare time, and you don't have much spare time after about when you turn 14. Generally, it starts getting really busy in school. Once you're in high school, you're fucked. It's way too busy, unless you kind of just slack around and don't do your work and fail. But or if you're just really smart, I don't know. But either way, I did some private server work with RuneScape. I did some World of Warcraft private servers, just kind of basic server-sided coding for generally just anything in Java. For RuneScape, I didn't do much coding for World of Warcraft. Probably like little to none of client-sided work. Only just kind of like changing the appearance and adding extra 3D models to a list of lists already been built, systems already been built. So I never made my own scratch client or server. Actually, still haven't completely made one of something like that. So that was about when I was 12 until I was about maybe 14, 15. Then I kind of stopped. I got really busy in life. And then about when I was maybe 17, 16, I got right back into it. I actually started taking class at College Park, high school. And from there, I've actually made like 2 games I don't really do much, with the help of one of my friends, graphics designer. His name's Jack. But they're not actually finished. It's something that I still want to work on, but again, that's where it comes down to it. When you actually want to be a good programmer, you got to actually sit down and learn how to do things. So, cutting to the chase, and I'll continue my rambling in another video. I actually want to start something called the 14-day challenge. If you set through the first 6 minutes, congratulations. That is probably the most boring part about the video. 14-day challenge is kind of where I was going. I'll put a link to skip to the 6-minute mark, so people that just want to skip, they can just skip to this point. That'll make it easier. So the 14-day challenge is basically, you know how any game or any trial of any type, Netflix or blah blah, they all have that trial, and you have to sign up, you gotta give them your credit card. No one wants to fucking do it. Like, I don't even want to do it. I don't want to sign up for something. I don't want to hand out my credit card. Because I want the free trial. Like, I just want to try it, but I'm just like, like, I really don't want to do it. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make videos doing the 14-day trial, but I'm actually going to do the 14-day trial and continue to do it for 14 days and actually solely do that, and then eat, sleep, maybe take a break, at least for 8 hours a day. Maybe 5 days a week. I might try to do 7 days a week, but I probably will do it 7 days a week, because I'll probably have really fun with the first 14-day challenge that I'm going to be doing. Since I'm a programmer, I usually have to, again, go over, like, learning. I teach myself. Unless I were to have a mentee or go to school, which is things that I don't really want to do. I do want the mentor, but I don't want to go to school. I don't want to pay money for classes. Here's this 14-day challenge comes in. There's this thing, it's called the Team Treehouse, or it's the Treehouse. It's basically this website that teaches you some basic language, and then I think it does a little bit more than that. I don't know all it does. I really just got it, but I know that it does offer a 14-day trial for it, and it's something that provides videos and practice to learn specific things within programming, from Ruby to HTML to Java to PHP to a bunch of other videos. I'm sure it has a lot more. I haven't really got into it, but I went ahead and signed up for the 14-day trial. I'm going to do it for 14 days. I'm strictly going to do it for 14 days. I'm going to do it for at least 8 hours a day. Probably will do more. I mean, I can know live something just like a game. This is something that's pretty fun. So after I finish, I will hopefully I'm going to try to go ahead and make a video every day. If the videos don't hit off every day, then I might do them every other day. It just depends on how many people actually watch the videos, and if I can perhaps in the long run make money off of making videos. But otherwise, I'm not going to do them every day. I'll leave notes on everything I code. Will be open source, so you'll be able to look over any of the things I code. I'll try to keep it all organized in a file. I don't know. The 14-day challenge, the biggest thing is I'm going to keep a record of it, and I would also like to invite anyone else to go ahead and try to do it. So this could be like, World of Warcraft has a 14-day trial. Go ahead and play World of Warcraft. Play it for 14 days straight, 8 hours a day. Say, hey, okay, is this game worth it? Is this 14-day trial really worth getting the actual game, like actually paying for it? That's basically what I'm going to do with this Team Treehouse. I'm going to do it for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and if I don't make any money off of it, if I don't find that I'm learning enough, if I'm not learning anything at all, if I'm just lazy, I will let you guys know. But yeah, try it. See if you accept the challenge. It doesn't have to be anything related to learning. It can be just video games, or it can be watching movies. Like, again, it can be any 14-day trial that you can find. And not even 14 days, but you know what I'm saying. Like, any trial that's free, go ahead and try it, review it, post a video on it, say if the product's actually worth it. I just personally will probably stick to things like games, and I'll stick to things that have to do with learning, but you can do whatever you want. Just remember, just gotta post the video, embed it, link it to me, whatever, if you want. I don't really care. I'll link back to you. I don't really, again, first video I've ever made on YouTube. I don't know much about YouTube. I mean, I know like enough to where I've watched YouTube videos, but I've never really tried to make one, and don't really have high expectations from it, but I think it's a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and try to make a website, a couple websites actually, but one website specific called The Challenger. I know there are websites out there like this. I've seen them before. I saw them like 10 years ago when I was a kid. But besides the point, what it's going to do is it's just going to be able to, you're going to be able to challenge people, you get badges, etc. Keep track of all this stuff. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and try to get to the first 8 hours of Team Tree, Code, House, whatever. I'll try to post videos more often. I can't post anything like, I don't think I'm supposed to take videos of the videos that they're showing, obviously, because you have to pay for it, but I'll see if I can talk to them about that, see if it's possible. Again, first time doing YouTube stuff, I don't know where it's going to go. If you have any advice, YouTube world, just give me any advice. I don't know where I'm trying to go with anything. I'm just going to go ahead and just end this